Hello, I am Femi Akojeno. I am using real life stories to teach you how to make, how to manage, and how to multiply your money. This is business and money story. Now, what I want to do is to share a story with you that I experienced some years ago. There was a restaurant right in front of my studio, and this restaurant opened and they closed within 6 months. Now, I noticed that, of course, they rented the space and they started putting in the work. They took their time to make sure the place was looking really good. They spent a lot of money moving in the equipment and just setting up the tables and everything. I mean, you see behind me an image of a restaurant. I mean, they put in the work. And then I remember them having like a launch, right? Grand opening of this restaurant. And you could see the balloons and everything in front of the restaurant. They were excited about this new business venture. And then I noticed that a week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks and a month into the business, nobody's coming by. Now, it happens to be an Haitian restaurant, but then it was in a predominantly black American and Jamaican neighborhood. And I was saying to myself, I think this is the wrong place to put this restaurant. This is not where the people who are interested in this kind of food, this is not where they live. Well, guess what? Just like I thought, well, I guess they got the memo. They really realized that they have made a mistake. They opened this restaurant in the wrong location. I was happy though when I saw that they closed down within 6 months. You say, why are you happy that they closed down within 6 months? I was happy that they didn't go into too much debt. I mean, I'm sure they probably went into debt to open the restaurant, but that they didn't just keep it on or keep it up and just keep on going and hoping that this thing will turn around and just wasting another year or two trying to run a restaurant in the wrong location. So I said to myself, this is a smart move. That you know what, you figured it out within few months that this is the wrong location. Now, from that story, I want to say this to you. Maybe you are in business right now, especially if you have a brick and mortar store. This is not an online store. This is an actual physical location store. I want to drive home a point today. And the point is this: location matters. Location matters. Now, maybe you're watching me and you're planning to start a business and you're going to have like a physical store. Please, please, please pay attention to location. Now, let me tell you this: just because the rent is cheap, maybe you found a store and you've been looking, you've been searching, and you found this one, and it's like, oh my God, the rent is really, really affordable. Just because it's affordable doesn't mean it's right for you. You got to make sure that it's not only affordable, but that it's the right location. Because if it's affordable, but it's in the wrong location, it still will not work. It still will not work. So you need to make sure that your business is located in the right location. Now you say, how do you know that? How do you know that? Well, there are a couple of ways to know that. Number one, do your research. I think that's the most important thing to do. Do your research. Do your research. If you are watching me right now, why don't you type research? Yes, please type that on the screen right now. Do your research. It's extremely important. Don't just open there just because this is what is available. Maybe you'll be looking for a physical location and they say, wow, this store is available. And then you run there and you say, yes, let's take it. It's available. Well, it could be available, but be the wrong location. It could be affordable and yet is the wrong location. So do your research. Again, if you're watching me, I would like for you to type that. Say research. Yeah. If you're watching me live right now, or maybe you're watching the replay, type that. Research. Research. I want that to sink in. Research is extremely important in starting a business, and especially even in getting a location, right? You need to make sure it is the right location. Now, let me tell you something about Chick-fil-A. You know about Chick-fil-A? All right, let me tell you something about them. You know what they do is that they research where they put their Chick-fil-A store. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to do the research because of the values that they have and what they stand for as a conservative organization. One of the things they do is to make sure that where they're going to put a Chick-fil-A is a place where people there have conservative views and will support their Christian beliefs. Yeah, they do that, believe it or not. They spend money just researching, making sure that if they put their store here, the right type of people are there who will buy from them, knowing what they stand for. Let me tell you something. Another thing that people do, some smart businesses, what they do, if they also share those conservative beliefs and views, what they do is they look for where a Chick-fil-A is. And if they can put a store close to where a Chick-fil-A is, then they know that that's a winner, because then they don't have to go and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to do the research. They already know that Chick-fil-A, they do those researches. So knowing that Chick-fil-A already put in the work, let me just go and tag along, where Chick-fil-A is. That's for the business that have the same conservative views. Now I'm telling you this, that Chick-fil-A spend time doing their research, and they spend money doing their research to make sure that they are in the right location. So now back to you. Are you looking for a location right now? Don't just get it. Don't just take it just because it's affordable. Don't just take it just because this is the one available. Sometimes you may have to let go of the one that is affordable to be in the right location. The right location may be a little bit more expensive, but it will get you the client or the sales that you want. As a business person, you don't just want to say, I have a physical store, I have a physical location. No, of what use is it if you have it, but there's no sales? Nobody is coming to that store. And guess what? The restaurant I was telling you about, they had to shut down. I was glad that they shut down as soon as possible, because once they realized that, oh my God, this is the wrong location. So what's the point of keeping it open? Now, maybe you have a business right now, you're in the wrong location. I want to encourage you to start looking for the right location. You may need to move. It's not prayer that will do this one. For those of us who are people of faith, sometimes if it is the wrong location, it's simply the wrong location. How do you put, for example, an African restaurant in a predominantly white neighborhood? Maybe a neighborhood where they're not looking to try out, other food, other cultures. Now, you may say, well, I went to the neighborhood and I asked people around, and 5 people told me that, yes, that would be great. You're going to put an African restaurant here. That would be great. So you said, well, since 5 people told you that, they're excited about trying your African food, that yes, you're going to open an African restaurant in that neighborhood. Well, guess what? How can your restaurant be sustained, or your business be sustained? Now, maybe for you, it's not a restaurant, whatever it is. How can it be sustained when it's only 5 people showing interest? So 5 people will buy from you every day? 5 people will actually really keep this thing going? No, you need to do better than that. You need to do some serious research and know that, yes, the people who are interested in my product, they are in this location. Now, some of you have the kind of business that it doesn't matter where you're located. Some businesses don't require that you are in the location where people will walk in, right? You don't have a walk-in type of business. Maybe you're a designer. People are not walking into you. you just have your store there just because you want to have a place where all your employees can be at and stuff like that. And maybe you prefer that they're in the office with you as opposed to doing it online or whatever. Well, in a case like that, it doesn't matter what location you're in. You could even use your bathtub as an office if you want, right? So in that case, location don't matter. But there are some types of businesses where the location really matter. And guess what? You need to make sure you get it right when it comes to this location. Now, maybe you are listening to me right now, and maybe you have a business right now and you're struggling, and maybe I'm making sense. I would like to hear about your story. I would like to hear about what's going on there. You can inbox me, or you can comment, down below, and let me know, what you're thinking, what you have just realized from what I'm saying. Maybe you've made a mistake. You didn't do your research. Maybe nobody told you that, yes, you need to do research before you, rent a store and stuff like that. I would like to hear from you. I would like to know what's been going on. And maybe I could share your story. And even if it's not to share your story, but I would still like to hear from you what's going on with your location story. So I came to share a story with you today about the restaurant. The restaurant opened, and within 6 months, they were shut down. I hope by sharing a real life story of that restaurant that you've learned a thing or two. And maybe you are looking to start a business. I hope you have learned a thing or two. Research is very important. You need to research that location. Don't just rush there just because it's affordable. Don't just rush there just because that's what's available. Do your research to make sure that this is the right place for this business. Now, I want to let you know that I do business coaching. So if you're looking to start a business, or you already have one and you want to take it to the next level, well, reach out to me. I'll be willing to sit down with you on Zoom or in person, and we can map out a strategy for your business to take it to the next level. Yes, I do those things. And I also have a platform, a monthly platform that you can use to learn and grow personally and also in your business. And it's called the High Flyer Mentoring. And you could go to highflyermentoring.com, highflyermentoring.com. Also, check out my website. I do a number of things for businesses. So check out my website, www.femiakojeno.com. femiakojeno.com. So if you check out my website, you'll be able to get a number of resources, and if you need coaching, you can sign up for the coaching there, and just a number of other things I do. You can access them through my website, Femi Akojeno. Also check out my YouTube page, right? Femi Akojeno. It's a new YouTube page, so check it out for some teachings and coachings and nuggets that can help you with your business. I've just shared a business and money story with you. I want you to look forward to more of this type of stories to help you make, manage, and multiply your money.